What's up, everybody? Welcome to Quantum Ascent. I have Floki up on the screen here. Been a minute since we checked in. Going to take a look at some alt-season targets here. This is the one-day chart right now. Full disclosure, I don't own any, but it was a request from my Quantum Circle group. So looking at this last drop down, originally we were thinking that was going to be an ABC and we were started back up. Well, that didn't end up happening. That ended up being the fourth wave, and then we capitulate into the fifth wave. You see where that fourth wave came to, right there on the bottom of the first wave, and rolled over. So it does look like this is done, guys. Across the board right now, I'm very optimistic for what's about to happen to these altcoins in this market. So looking at Floki and where we could be headed, this is the macro all the way back, the top there, 2021 to the low in 2022. We haven't closed that range out yet, and that's all the way up there, right? So that's always something that we want to think about. But the key thing now is to look for some confluence to see, where maybe some fibs and stuff line up. We can get some serious resistant levels. So looking at a lot of the market, we're like looking for extensions of that last high, right? The last local high from that December pump. Well, if I draw that out here for Floki, what I want to do is I want to look for some confluence, and bam, there certainly is some right up here in this area. It's not a full extension yet. We did get that additional drop, right? But it is something that we want to keep in mind moving forward. Another range that we can look at too, I'm going to delete that real quick, is that last high, right? The one that ran back up to the all-time high there in summer of 2024. Well, if I pull that down, check that out. I have confluence right up here with that all-time high, and I have some confluence right here at the 3618. Like, that whole area right here has a ton of confluence. So I know it seems far away right now, but it's still very plausible. Across the board right now in alts, we're talking about like 10 to 20x returns. This first one right here puts us in the sweet spot. That's going to be my primary. That's like a 16x. We get up to here, though, you can see that level's between like a 20 and a 26x to go full extension here for Floki. I believe it's a smaller cap. 500 million is not that small. But, you get another 20x, that's a $10 billion cap when all is said and done. So, guys, I'm telling you, though, using extensions and fibs, like, this is very plausible. We get our alt season run. That's where this thing's going to be heading. So my primary up there right here, that guy at 0.0009. And then we'll just say the secondary goes this full extension here, but you got to pay attention to that range as we get up there. If we're talking conservative targets, like what if none of this happens? Well, the 1618 of this range and the 1618 of the broader range are right here. I would make that my conservative target. Conservative target, still about just shy of a 10x away. All right, and that's if we start getting those extensions. Obviously, we still have a ton to work through here, right? That's could take a little bit of time to work through this. But then again, you see how this thing's moved in the past. Like, this was an alt season. It was released during alt season. But look at this thing. That went 250x, right? In the matter of, what's that low there? July of 21, November of 21, like 4 months. That went that big. So no reason to think that these targets aren't a possibility at all here for Floki. Again, feeling really good about where the markets are at in general. You can even take a look, like doing these trend lines here. That's the outermost, but if we try to connect as many as we can in here, you could even go a little tighter like that, right? Bam, that one broke through, came back down, bam, 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 down. This one breaking out. And again, trend lines are a little biased. There's a couple different things you can do. You're going to want to pay attention up there. And like we talked about, all the fibs, but guys, like on the macro here, everything looking clean for Floki. Here's the weekly. Oscillators are low. RSI moving from low to high. Like, that's when we get these pops here. RSI moving from low to high, right? So conditions are there. We're getting a bullish cross here on the MACD, setting a higher low, getting near that zero line. Strongest moves happen when we get above the zero. You look back here when that happened, what happened? Bam. In 1 week, that was a 300% week. Let me see, that thing was in the way. 300% in 1 week. That's a 4x in 1 week. So I'm telling you, once these things get rolling here, they're going to be rolling. So keep your head, stay patient, and I'm here to help you guys. So I don't have my closing stuff up. So if you guys want to go deeper, head over to my bio, quantumascend.org. get into macro analysis. I teach you how to trade. We have a Discord. We're over there daily and we're learning. So check that out if you please. Appreciate you guys being here. I'll talk to you in the next one.